Hey loves, welcome to my channel, and in today's video I'll be making an updated video of the basic bodice pattern. This tutorial is the most basic of pattern making for beginners. It does not include ease and seam allowances. Add this when you make a real product. Make this pattern and use it to create your own product faster and easier. Let's get right into the video. I will start with the front pattern. I have my starting line on the top here, which is the shoulder line. I will then mark my shoulder to bust measurement, which is 11, shoulder to under bust 15, to waist 18, and to the hip 24, and then mark a straight lines. I will go in with the marker later to emphasize on the lines, but for now I would like to use the pencil because it is easy to erase in case you make a mistake. Okay, so we have the bust line, the under bust line, waist line, and then the hip line. So on the shoulder line, I'm going to mark my across back divided by 2, which is 7.5. I will then mark my neck width, which is 3 inches. On the shoulder line, I will come down 1 inch from the 7.5 inches. I will connect the 1 inch drop to the neck width like that. From the new shoulder line, I'll be marking my armhole depth, which is the bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5. On that point, you mark a straight line, and that line becomes your chest line or upper bust line. From the center front, I'll mark half of my across back, which is 7.5, and connect the lines like this from the shoulder to the armhole depth. So what I'm going to do now is to divide the armhole depth into 2. On that mark, I'll be going in by 1 inch and then draw in my armhole curve. So now you come down by 3 inches for the neck depth. So that is the basic neck measurement, 3 inches for the neck depth and 3 inches for the neck width, and then join the 2 points to meet. So what I'm going to do now is to plot in the nipple to nipple measurement. So mine is 8 inches divided by 2, that gave me 4. And then I plot the measurements on these lines. And then I will connect them into a straight vertical line. From the waistline down to the hip line, I will measure 3.5 for the dart length, and then from the bust line I will come down by 1.5 inches. On the waistline I will mark half inches on both sides like this, and from there I will join the points like this to form a dart for the front pattern. So now I'll be putting in my horizontal measurements. So on the chest line I'll be putting in quarter of my bust measurement, which is 10 inches. And then on the waist, I'll be putting in my waist measurement, which is 8.5, plus the dart allowance there, which is 1 inch. On the hip line, I'll be putting in quarter of my hip measurement, which is 11. And then I will connect the dot, so from the chest line to the waist line with a straight line. And then from the waist to the hip with a slight curve. So you can see I am giving it a little curve on the waist. I don't want it to be sharp. I don't want it to be pointed. So yeah, you can also do it as well. So I am going in with my marker so you can see clearly how it really looks like. So this is what I have for the front pattern, and you can add allowance to this if you want, or leave it and add it to it later. So this is basically the front pattern. You can shorten it or add more allowances to it depending on the style you are sewing or you want. With the back, I'll be starting with the armhole depth, yeah, like we did for the front, but this time around we'll be coming inside by half inch instead of 1, and then we draw our armhole curve. So with the neck depth, I came in by 1 inch and then connected it to the 3 inches neck width. Now I'm going to put in half of my nipple to nipple measurement, that is 4. Same thing I did for the front, and then connect a straight vertical line to meet all the points. I will then go ahead and label them: my chest line, my bust line, my waistline, and then my hip line. On the waist, I went in 1/2 inch on both sides and connected it to the bust point. On the waist downwards, I marked 4 inches for the skirt dart. Always remember that the back dart is longer than the front. So now I'm going to put in the horizontal measurements just as we did for the front. Of my bust measurement, mark it on the chest line, quarter of my waist plus the 1 inch dart interval, and then quarter of my hip measurement. We then connect the lines, so from the chest to the waist, and then from the waist to the hip with the hip curve. So to remove that bulginess at the back, I went in 1/2 inches on the waist and join it to the hip line and the chest line, like you see. So I'll be going in with the marker to emphasize on the lines that will be needed. So the difference between the front pattern and the back pattern is, with the back pattern, it has a higher neck than the front one, and the front armhole is a little deeper than the back, and also the back dart is longer than the front dart. So this is the little difference in the back and the front, and also the back also has a zipper extension. So now you can see the difference between the back and the front when I put the front on the back pattern. So you see the front armhole is a little deeper than the back, and then the back neckline is higher than the front neckline. So this is the end of today's video. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you. Bye.